Changing the pace now, joining us is Kinsey Schofield, commentator and host of the To Die For Daily podcast. Kinsey, great to see you again. Look, it's a big day for Meghan Markle. 5 years after making her royal exit, Meghan is returning to her influencing roots. Her Netflix lifestyle series, With Love, Meghan, is about to be released. So what can we expect? How do you expect it's going to be received?
I do. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to at least watch that first episode to see what it's all about. I think it's going to be similar to her blog, The Tig, when it comes to, kind of recipes, decoration, kind of all over the place. But I do think that there is going to be some cynicism around this pursuit of joy. After almost 5 years now of real vengeance and bitterness towards the British royal family, it's hard to accept this happy-go-lucky, no issues like a agenda that she's trying to push today.
Well, it seems we're going to learn a lot from this series. It's been revealed that Meghan has revealed one of her favourite tips for elevating an ordinary dinner, and that is to order Chinese takeaway and put it on a plate. Wow. In an interview with People magazine in the US, Meghan says that she will encourage viewers to strive for balance, not perfection, and even when she gets takeout, she will try to plate it beautifully. I mean, all the money that's being thrown at this influencing image of hers. Now we're learning to put your Chinese takeout on a plate. Is this for real?
These are the kinds of tips and tricks that I would personally message you with on WhatsApp because they are just so important that I have to share. Yeah, I don't know what publicist was like, that quote's a go. It's interesting because it feels like, and in the show too, she's going out of her way to not be controversial, to not say anything that could be, could turn into clickbait or a headline. So she borders on boredom, but then there's also elements of her where she's trying to explain things away. In this People magazine article, she explains that the reason she likes the title Sussex is because it's a part of her love story. That's just her trying to justify why she wants us to refer to her as a duchess today.
Absolutely. Look, I don't think I'll be watching it, but I'll bring you on to tell us all about it once it is released. It was Hollywood's Night of Nights last night, and I think before we get into all the Oscars chat, we have to look back at one of the best Hollywood awards speeches possibly ever given by Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes in 2020, where he delivered this savage message to celebrities.
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and
any excuse to play Ricky Gervais, I will. I absolutely love him. But that was a few years ago. Let's talk about what happened last night. The 97th Academy Awards, they've been held. What did you make of it?
I mean, I think that Ricky Gervais video should be played on loop in the green room at every and any award show, because I did feel like this. There were a few political moments. Even at one point, Samuel L. Jackson, according to a lip reader, turns to Selena Gomez and says, wow, he made that pretty political, didn't he? And Selena Gomez is like, yeah, he did. So, yeah, I thought it was boring, political. And what an odd time to throw this after half of our city just burned down. Do you know how many people that walked the red carpet or even took home a statue last night? They don't have a mantle to put it on. The clothing that they wore, they don't have a closet to hang it back up in. I mean, what a bizarre time for everybody to go, give each other handshakes and slap each other on the back and say, good job.
And there are a few strange moments, weren't there, including when Adrian Brody removed a piece of chewing gum from his mouth. It seems pretty gross. Can you talk us through that one?
So he wins and he's heading up to accept his award. He takes his chewing gum out of his mouth and he tosses it to his girlfriend, who, by the way, Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife, and I would stress, hasn't she suffered enough? This is supposed to be like Hollywood elite and, one of the most glamorous nights in the world. And there goes the chewing gum across the room.
Yeah.
It just was not appropriate.
Absolutely not. And then also the very end of the night for Hollywood, a magnitude 3.9 rather, earthquake hits right after the awards. Reporters say they heard screams, they felt the shaking. What can you tell us?
I can tell you that I wonder if this is God's way of punishing us. I'm just kidding. No, it was a bizarre thing to happen when you have so many high profile people in the same space, right? So there were a lot of shrieks, and I felt it. And to me, it sounded like a car hit a building because there was just so much movement. But yeah, interesting that took place when it did. Perhaps Kismet, who knows?